What's up guys, Meredith with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we are checking out the HPS Shortram cold air intake. Now this will be a great choice for the 4Runner owner looking to improve the efficiency of their 4-liter with better airflow and filtration, while also getting a system that can be reused, cutting costs on maintenance in the long run. It also creates a sporty appearance under the hood if that's something that you're chasing, but I would just keep in mind that this style is not going to be as protective as the factory air box, so it's best suited for someone who's staying away from any water fording or muddy scenarios where the filter could potentially see water, but is great for drier off-road environments and street driving. This will have a couple components that will benefit the intake system, including this straight through style intake tube measuring at about 3.5 inches to allow direct airflow into the manifold for improved performance. Now the filter will also help airflow and optimize your filtration with an oiled design to trap all of those micro contaminants from getting into the intake system. The filter will also be washable and reusable, so again you won't have to buy a new filter every time your intake gets gunked up and needs a cleaning. Now last here, the heat shield application will switch it up from the standard air box to increase that airflow coming into the filter while maintaining good protection from hot engine bay air, keeping the air coming in cool and those intake air temperatures down. Breaking down the construction of this kit, starting with the filter, this will have a 2-layer woven cotton build that will be covered with a steel mesh to provide some structure to the pleats, and the filter will have a synthetic oil on top to trap anything that's going to try to get in while maintaining a high flow to the filter. Now the heat shield will be made of a steel construction with a nice wrinkled powder coat on top to protect from any rust or corrosion, and the tubing will be mandrel bent aluminum for smooth and direct airflow, shooting right into that throttle body into the manifold. This kit will also include all of the necessary hardware in order to install it, and is going to be tough as well. The couplers here are made of a 3-ply silicone construction that is high temp resistant. You're getting the hoses that you need for the correct flow, and heavy duty stainless T-bar clamps to ensure a tough and correct fit. This will be right in the middle of the price range compared to other cold air intakes at about $350. Now what I like about this is the no frill design, keeping it simple yet incredibly functional for all the benefits that you're getting, like the easy and cost-free maintenance, direct airflow, and super sporty appearance for under the hood. Now it's also very open to get the most air possible, and even though you are lacking a little bit of protection to the filter, if you're not worried about it, it makes up for it in the performance and the appearance underneath the hood. Install will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking me about an hour to get the job done. Again, because it is a straightforward construction, it's going to be straightforward when it comes to the install. Now at this point we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how to get this onto your 4Runner at home. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install you need a 3/8 ratchet, 3/8 extension, 13, 12, 10, 8, and 7mm socket, 10mm wrench, a clip removal tool, 3mm Allen wrench, Phillips head screwdriver, and a pair of pliers. Alright, today we're going to be installing an intake on our 4Runner, so let's get started. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we have to remove our engine cover. That just lifts off, and then we have 2 lines to disconnect, so we're going to need a pair of pliers just to loosen the clamps. Alright, you're just going to grab the front of the engine cover, lift up, and then pull out. Put that off to the side. Now we have our first line here. You can either use your fingers to loosen it, or if you need to, use a pair of pliers. And then just move the clamp backwards. Wiggle that off. And then our second line is this smaller line here. Ours comes with the new line that we're going to replace, so we're going to take it off down here. All right, now we're going to take our ratchet with an extension and a 10mm socket. We're going to loosen our clamp at our throttle body, and then also take our 10mm bolt out of our mount here. All right, now we're going to disconnect our mass airflow sensor. Just squeeze the tab down and pull up. Then we're going to grab our clip removal tool, and we just have to remove the wiring off of our air box. So we have one here, and then two on the back side here that might be hard to see. So just grab our clip removal tool, get underneath, just lift them up. All right, and then we're going to release the top of our air box. So there are 4 spring clips going all the way around. Just release them. Lift up, and then pull off your throttle body. Take your air filter out, and now we can take out our 12mm bolts that are on the inside of the air box. So we're going to grab our ratchet, extension, and 12mm socket, and take them out. There's 2 on the inside and then 1 on the back here. All right, and then you can pull the bottom air box out. All right, now we just need to swap over our factory mass airflow sensor to our new intake tube. So you just could take a Phillips head screwdriver, take our 2 Phillips head screws out of our mass airflow sensor, and then install it over here on our new one with our supplied Allen bolts with our 3mm Allen wrench. All right, and let's get our mass airflow sensor. It's only going to go in one way. You'll see where the mounts go. It's going to go facing down. Once again, grab our 3mm Allen wrench. All right, and also while we're here, we can install our mount for our bushing for our mount on the bottom. Just threads in the bottom. Just like that. All right, what we can do now is we can loosely attach our L bracket. It's gonna mount here where our bushing that we just threaded onto our tube will go through. So we're just gonna loosely mount it so we can fine tune and adjust it. We're gonna get our small bolt, washer, put it to the front side. On the back side, we just put our nut. All right, now since our intake does come with a new vent tube, we're gonna take the factory one off. Once again, you can use a pair of pliers or just pinch the clamp with your fingers and twist it off. All right, then we can grab our new vent tube and our small worm clamps. Put that over. You put your other one just sitting over right now. When you tighten our bottom one down, we're going to grab our ratchet, extension, and 7mm socket. All right, our new heat shield will mount to different points. So we need to take this bolt out here because it will mount to where that bracket goes. So we're going to grab our ratchet, extension, and 12mm socket and take that bolt out. All right, now we're gonna mount our heat shield. So we're gonna grab our heat shield and our supplied bolts with our flat washers. So I'm gonna put this one in first because that one's kind of difficult to reach. We can do the same with the other two and thread those in. right, then we can grab our ratchet with our extension and 13mm socket and tighten all them down. All right, so now we can grab our throttle body coupler, and we have clamps. So we have our one smaller clamp that's gonna go over our throttle body like that, and grab one of our bigger ones. That'll go over our intake tube. And then you can just slide it on. We don't need to tighten it down yet. We'll come back. Grab our intake tube. We can slide it into our throttle body coupler. And we can also flip this bracket up and put our stud over. All right, then we're gonna grab one of our flat washers and 10mm nuts, put that on the bottom of the bushing for the mount. All right, and then we can go back and start tightening our clamps at our throttle body. Grab our ratchet and 10mm socket and tighten them down. All right, we can tighten our mounts now. So we have our 10mm nut on the bottom. Then we're gonna grab our ratchet and 10mm socket, 10mm wrench, and tighten our bracket. Pull our mass airflow sensor towards the front. You can plug that in. Then we can put our two vent tubes on now. So we have our bigger one. Slide that over. Slide our clamp up. Grab our ratchet and 7mm socket, tighten that down. Then we have our smaller supplied hose. Plug it onto where we took off the engine. And then onto our intake tube here. Now you can cut that and make that shorter so it doesn't lay on the edge or anything. You just want to make sure it doesn't touch anything hot. For demonstration purposes, we're just going to leave it like this. All right, next we can put on our second coupler. So we can start by putting our coupler onto our filter adapter. Put our clamps over. And then slide over the intake tube. And then we can tighten down both of our clamps using our ratchet and 10mm socket. All right, then we can put our filter on. You can see we already have our clamp around it. Get that into place, grab our ratchet and 8mm socket and tighten that down. All right, now we can put our engine cover back on. We're just gonna slide these two back into the grommets on top. And then push down to secure. All right, and that wraps it up for our HPS Shortram cold air intake, polished for our 2010 to 2024 4-liter 4Runner. And remember, for everything 4Runner, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.